Alright, welcome back to my channel. So yesterday I uploaded a video where I was talking about the Seattle Thunderbirds and Everett Silvertips first round playoff matchup and what would happen in that series. If you haven't watched it, make sure you go back and watch it because it kind of previews this video a little bit in what I am doing. So yeah, go watch that video and then come back to this one. So today I am going to be talking about the number 2 seed Victoria Royals and number 7 seed Tri-City Americans. I'm going to be going through their individual seasons and how they did, who their star players are, who their starting goaltender is most likely going to be. And then I'm gonna talk about how they matched up against each other and take a look at how that can impact how this series is gonna go. Then I'm gonna give my final prediction for how I believe the series is going to end. So first I'm gonna talk about the Victoria Royals. So Alright, so jumping into the Victoria Royals season, they had a pretty good year all around. They were able to clinch the BC division, which was a little bit of a surprise considering the fact that a lot of people had Prince George winning it this year for the second year in a row. However, did not happen. The Victoria Royals had a total of 40 wins this season, which over a 68 game season, pretty good. They had a total of 272 goals for and 218 goals against, which a pretty good separation, so you know that this team can score, but the goaltending is also there. And jumping into some of their good players, they are led by draft eligible this year Cole Rushney, who had a total of 92 points, which as a young gun in the WHL is pretty good. He had 26 goals and 66 assists, so he's definitely more of a playmaker type, and all of that happened in 62 games, so not even the full 68. And so yeah, him and then the guy behind him in Trembecki, who played almost every game except for one, had 48 goals and 42 assists. So a little bit more spread out in production. He is a Utah draft pick, so Utah must be really liking what they're seeing from Trembecki this season. At a total of 88 points. So yeah, they definitely have the firepower in a few players. Then they also have Kipke, who had 62 points in total this season. So they do have some players that can put up some points. They have decent goaltending in Kraus. He played 46 games this season and had a save percentage of .908, which is pretty good. Anything in the 9, especially nowadays with the game getting faster and everything like that, it is definitely impressive to get a save percentage in the 900s now. Or it's pretty good to get a 9 in the 900s anyway. He had a total of just 17 No, not 17. He had a total of 25 wins. So, winning more than he's losing. And yeah, this team, pretty good. They have the third least, I'm pretty sure I said that correctly, penalty minutes in the league with 668. So they definitely know how to stay out of that penalty box, which in playoffs is very important. So yeah, they have also a good power play. It's second in the league at operating at 28.6%. So they know how to score on the power play and they know how to stay out of the box, which, as I mentioned, pretty good for playoffs. All right, so that is all of the Victoria Royals breakdown, and I'm going to now jump into the Tri-City Americans and see how they match up. All right, so looking at the Tri-City Americans season, they definitely had a different season than Victoria. They had a total of 32 wins and a total of 36 losses. So they are losing more than they're winning, which is not great for playoffs. And what's not great for playoffs is the fact that they're getting outscored by their opponents. They have 234 goals for and 268 goals against. So, once again, not great for playoffs. They have an abysmal power play that's operating at 17.4%, which is 20th in the league. That's why I bring in that word, because they have like one of the worst power plays in the league, which isn't great for the fact that they're going up against a team that can score. Speaking of scoring, let's take a look at some of their star players. They have 3, maybe 4 players that all kind of produced pretty good this season. Chychrun, I think I'm saying that name correctly. If I'm not, correct me in the comments, please. He, in 65 games, had 74 points. And then Sloan, who is behind him, had a total of 73 points. Then Why Not had a total of 60 points. And they all played around the same amount of games. Sloan 62 and Why Not 67. And then the Tri-City Americans also have a good young defenseman in Jackson Smith, who had a total of 54 points. He is in his draft season right now, so look for his name in June. He had only 11 goals, but his main thing is assists with 43. So, yeah, he's pretty good. Then their goaltending, definitely a little bit more weaker than Victoria's. Their main guy is Mateka, and he had a goals against average of 3.55 or 3.55, which not great. He had a save percentage of 900, also decent, but for playoffs you kind of want that higher. And he played 49 and won 26 of those games. So their goaltending is definitely weaker, but if their forwards are able to score, then goaltending. Still important, but not as important. So yeah, that's how the Tri-City Americans did this season. They kind of peaked a little bit early, in my opinion. They had a stretch in December, I'm pretty sure was the month, when they went 11-1 for a stretch, which is pretty good. And they were able to get themselves enough of a cushion in that stretch to be able to make the playoffs. So now I'm going to look at the season series between these two teams and make my ultimate decision of how I think the series is going to go. Alright, so looking at the season series between these two teams, it's definitely a little bit lopsided. They played a total of 4 games. Since they're in different divisions, it's only 4, 2 at one place, then 2 at another. So Victoria won 3 out of the 4 games, so total score of 3-1. They had 24 goals in the span of those 4 games, so I think that averages out to like 6 goals per game. And the Americans only had 12 goals over the course of those games. So you're looking at kind of like a 6-2 or 6-3 like average score. So yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting. From all of that, I gather that the Victoria Royals are going to take this in 5 or 6 games. 6 games only. The reason why that kind of fluttered into my mind was because I want interesting series, but I think in reality it's going to be 5 games. I think the Americans are going to be able to manage to steal 1, but yeah, maybe in the next few years the Americans make more noise in the playoffs, but yeah, I don't see them beating Victoria just from the way the goaltending is and the star power on both teams. So yeah, that's my prediction. That's the rundown. If you like this video, please like it, give it a comment, also subscribe, because I would like to know if people like this content. And by doing all 3 of those things, it lets me know. So thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow when I do the number 3 and number 6 matchup, which will be Vancouver in the 6th seed and Spokane in the 3rd seed. So stay tuned for that.